Gurn, my editor is saying. He's on the phone to me from America and the line crackles across an ocean. We've never met, but we speak like this. He doesn't know what gurning is. Gurn? I had to look up what gurning means. You don't have gurning in America, I say? You don't have a weird annual country fair-style championship where ugly men hold a weird horse brace over their shoulders and pull a contorted face? No, he says delicately. And I say, huh. We make them famous over here. On the magazine shows of our childhood, gurners are a regular feature. You don't have gurners? He clarifies. We don't have that. Huh. Huh. America, you and I are different, but we share more similarities than you know. I just looked up gurning on Wikipedia and found possibly the two most British paragraphs ever constructed, and now I think I understand the uneasy boundary between us. On one side of the ocean, you, glossy and blue-white gapless teeth, a hardwired confidence, plus everyone knows the words to your national anthem. On our side, this. Those with the greatest gurn capabilities are often those with no teeth, as this provides greater room to move the jaw up further. In some cases, the elderly or otherwise toothless can be capable of gurns covering the entire nose. Peter Jackman became England's best-known gurner, winning the World Championship 4 times, beginning in '98 with a face called the Bela Lugosi. He made numerous TV appearances, including an appearance on They Think It's All Over. He had his teeth removed in 2000 to make his features easier to maneuver. Is it weird that you don't have that, or is it weird that we do? Listen, we'll never agree. The point is that there's a cultural chasm between us, and this is me, reaching out to you across it, grasping your perfect North American hand, which is full of roast turkey for some reason, and telling you that, shh, we can get on if only you let us. Here are some facts. America, you and I share a love language, and that love language is snacks. Every time I go to America, twice, I spend at least a morning but sometimes an entire morning and a bit of an afternoon in the largest supermarket I can find, looking at snacks. You do some insane things with pretzels, and I enjoy every one of those insane things. You have something called Twizzlers, which I don't understand but always seem to end up buying 100 pack of. One time for dinner in America, I just chain drank a case of La Croix and had like 6 different versions of Reese's Pieces and watched some news hosts shout at each other for a pretty constant 45 minutes. Next time I fly over there, I'm penciling in a whole day in my itinerary to go spend it in CVS, bulk buying Ambien and Cheetos, which I'm going to eat in front of Wendy Williams, who as best I can tell is a very glamorous woman whose job it is to very slowly explain the news. I like that you have that. America, you take Halloween exceptionally seriously, and I respect that. I should love Halloween because spiritually I'm reasonably goth, and I really love snacks. I really do want to make it clear to you how much I enjoy snacking. But my first experience of Halloween was a bust, and from there I've never really recovered. Picture the scene. I'm 5 years old, so essentially exactly like I am now, but smaller. My mother has diligently sewn me together a skeleton costume, a full one-piece fashioned from an old blackout curtain with stencil paper bones pinned to the front. I'm told to go 4 doors up my road to knock on the door of Annie, a friendly neighbour my mother has already phoned ahead, who agreed it's fine for me to trick-or-treat her. She welcomes me in, and I sit in an armchair the size of the moon. Well, I don't have any sweets, she says, gazing into her cupboard, but I do have peanut butter, raspberry jam, strawberry jam, damson jam, a tin of condensed milk. For reasons of limited word count and for this entire book, I'm going to pause the listing here, but essentially imagine a 70-year-old woman who's never thrown long-life food out ever in her life is telling you literally everything she has in her cupboard, including all varieties of syrup, a process that lasted probably 10 to 15 entire minutes. And lemon curd, do you want any of those? And I nodded and said, the last one. And she said, lemon curd? And I said, yes. I have to confess to you that I didn't know what lemon curd was at the time, but I nodded along to be polite. And she said, well, okay then, and handed me a half-used jar of lemon curd. I trudged home as a skeleton and handed it to my mum, who made some toast and spread it on that. And that was it. That is my lifetime Halloween candy haul in its entirety. This would never happen in America, and that's why it's a better country than ours. Quick thought, do you guys even have lemon curd? Should probably have checked before I put an anecdote that completely hinges on the concept of lemon curd in an opening preface in which I'm meant to endear myself to the American public.